What's up, everyone? Just want to say good morning. It's 10 minutes till market open, and let's see what we have here. Well, clearly, the overnight session just took a nice little dump because obviously yesterday we made a nice big move to the upside. Now all the buyers are out, sellers are stepping in. And we also had the GDP news today, negative, well, it was minus 32%. So that's going to be a big factor, as well as tonight being the earnings day. So a lot of people just might be selling off before because they don't want to hold into earnings. Man. Good morning, Moose. Now we're just waiting for market open to see if we can catch anything, but for now, that's about it. So yeah, we have 5 minutes to open. We can just review the news for a little bit. Obviously, GDP plunging by 32%, never a good thing. I think it's like a record right now that it plunged that much. So we'll see how the market reacts to it. And this should have been given to people like during COVID. All the businesses were closed, or not that much business was happening because people did not want to spend money because one, they lost their job because unemployment rates are so high. Two, because they want to save their money up because they don't know if their job is going to stay or not. So spending completely went down. There are a lot of people that just spent their stimulus checks on some random stuff, which, yeah, will help out a little bit, but not too much. And then we also have our president, Trump, suggesting that they delay elections because he has like fraud claims, but he doesn't have any power to do so. So it's just useless news, useless headlines right now. But yeah. And then there's for all the tech stocks, there's the antitrust rules going around, so they're trying to fight those. And let's see what we have in store for Facebook earnings. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this earnings, even if the earnings were good, like we just saw a nice dip because just people just want to get rid of everything, just take their profits because we just came back on such a big bull run that it's quite ridiculous. So I feel like we need a correction because we're almost reaching all-time highs again, or we're not too far away from it. So we gotta see. We have to see if the Fed's just gonna print more money and just keep pumping the market up, or is it finally gonna be like, hey, we don't want to mess up our future for the country, and just finally slow stuff down a little bit, take that little hit, but that way we can survive for the long run. And being an election year, all the politicians are trying to do whatever they can to make sure the market's up and that people are like satisfied, essentially. But I still feel like September will probably be a big month because we might see a good amount of layoffs happen in September from the big corporations. So we'll see what happens. We have about 1 minute till market opening. And this morning, right in the pre-market session, I kind of got into NQ right here. I'll pull up the chart real quick. Nice quick pullback right here. And on that, it was just like a quick 15-second trade. I trade 2 contracts, 200. Nice and simple. But I don't trade the pre-market too often, but if I see a proper move, I will trade it. All those noises are just me canceling my positions out of some stocks because they definitely fell overnight. Man, I like to cut my losses short. We are still in a channel to the downside, so let's just see how we react to the morning session and see if we can break through and try to make a nice reversal from the overnight session. But as of right now, the morning volume at open is lower than the past couple days. But that's also due to having earnings tonight. So a lot of people today would just like sit on the sidelines because they don't want to deal with the market. Because tomorrow it's gonna be a crazy session. Good morning, Bruno. Let's see what Harry said. I'm anticipating an ES to break down from the channel between 08 and 28, looking to get in. Between 08 and 28, okay. It's a nice 20-point range right there, right? So how are you trying to trade that, Harry? Are you trying to find the nice little bounce play? Because the one thing you have to watch out for here is that if we can break this 08 level with volume, we could see it push and flush right to the downside. Because it's still holding below WeWop and as well as the 200 EMA. So that's just a nice little indicator of a nice downtrend. But we can see if the buyers are going to step in right now or not. We just have to be prepared for whatever happens. If it's going to go up or down, but we're going to find out. And we're most likely going to have a little bounce right at WeWop right here at like 32.26. As long as buyers just push up right now. Because NQ is definitely pushing up right now at the moment. But I do not like touching the NQ in the first 15 minutes just because 1 minute it's like, oh, you're in profit 200, and then the next minute you're like down 1,000 because it just moves like crazy. Like you guys can see right now, it just keeps going up and up and up, moves really quick. So I don't touch it in the first 15 minutes. That's just my rule, but you can probably make a quick 5 points right here if you short it, if it touches right at 624. So we'll see. And there's a good amount of volume traded in the overnight session right at the 32.26. That'd be a nice little bounce play. Might go in just for a little point or two. Yeah, Harry, definitely the VWAP right there looks like a nice place to short for a quick couple of points right there. So we will see what happens. My only concern is that, again, like I've been saying this whole week, it's earnings week, so it's like the whole market's a little bit more unstable. So that's why you just got to play it safe, take some quick plays, and The Weebop right there is a good play because it normally bounces off right there. So we'll see. And we're going to have to see what happens in the next 10 minutes just to see if we can make a new low right here or make like a nice little opening range. Because for me, whatever I do like the opening range, I consider the first 15 minutes to be the opening range, the highs and lows of the first 15 minutes. Can you guys hear me still? I don't know what happened with the audio there. Okay, perfect. Let me see how the market movers are doing right now. Microsoft's just flushing down Apple as well, so let's see how some of the other tech stocks are doing. Roku's down. The whole market pretty much opened down. So the whole pre-market, like I said in the Discord, looking down. Boeing, Microsoft, Micron, Facebook, Citi, Bank of America, AMD, Beyond Meat, Apple, SPY, QQQ, they're all down. So let's see what happens. I mean, right now we're just waiting to see if anything can happen. Because NQ looks like it wants to push up, but ES isn't following it, so yeah, so this is just like yesterday where we couldn't break out of the first like 5-minute candle and just like kind of consolidates in that price range, but we're gonna see what happens, right? We just got to take what the market gives us, not try to force anything. It's all about just being patient and just waiting for your setups to come. And that's what we got to do. Sometimes it's going to take a while. Sometimes it's all done quick. Like this morning, like I said, NQ, quick 15-second trade. It was done, popped up. But now in our actual market open session, it's struggling again, just like the past couple of days. Because the buyers and the seller volume both seem equal at the moment, so we just have to see if we can get some big dogs to just come in, put some money in, finally push the market into one direction. Yeah, Harry, I mean, I'll just wait a little bit. The volume will die out after a little while, but you're planning on going short below, what was it? The '08 level, right? Pretty much at the previous pivot low. Because around that price range of the 3208, the volume was pretty low there. But we have to see, can we make a nice flush, or are we just going to keep bouncing back in the same area? You guys can look, this is the first 5 minutes of the NQ, still hasn't broken. First 5 minutes of the ES, still hasn't broken through. In normal days, like, they tend to make the first 5 candles like in one direction. That's when you know it's like a nice trend direction. But when it's like this, you just have to be more cautious with how you place your trades. Because I don't want this scenario to be a little double bottom where it just bottoms out right here and then makes a nice big flush to the upside. So let's see where the volume's going, as well as let's see what our indicators are telling us today. Yeah, if you short around WeWap at around 28, I would be in that with you essentially, because I think that would be a great area to short for a quick 2 points, quick 2 to 3 points possibly. But we have to get back up there right now. No, we might make that break right here. That's a nice little double bottom action right there. Let's see if the sellers can push through it. if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that we're still continuing the lower lows every time. You see that low right here. This one, lower again. This one, lower again, just by a little bit. So that's a nice indication of a nice little downtrend, but we have to see. NQ is pushing higher. NQ and ES aren't in sync like they normally are, so that's kind of concerning to me. Yeah, I agree with you, Harry. Like, it does seem like it's turning around a little bit, but we just need some more confirmation right now. This is like not enough data for me to say like clear direction. NQ, yeah, NQ is definitely trying to make it a nice push to the upside, but ES still, for me, it still has to break out before I can confirm anything. Because like you guys can see like all these volume nodes right here that are all gray. That's where all the price actions pretty much being placed. The most action is being made, and it's just struggling in this little price range. I mean, these are the days, right, when they just test your patience. Like, are you just gonna force a trade, or are you just gonna just sit and wait? Because, oh man, he's like last week everything was just fun. It was just like clear, fast movement, and we were done really quick. But this week has just been really slow. You just gotta sit there and wait. But that's okay. Like, it's all part of the game, right? That's what makes it fun. Because if every day was the same, it would get boring. But the fact that every day is different is what makes it entertaining. It provides you that new challenge. And yeah, it seems like in the news, everything about Trump saying that the possibility of delaying elections is slowing the market down today, but he doesn't have the power to do that. but let's see. Okay, we're making a nice clean, we broke out of the first opening range. That's good. Pull back up. Yep, this is just going back and forth right now. Because at the moment, even from the algo standpoint, right, what I'm looking at on the other screen is this. And overnight, around 6 a.m., nice little down push. This one, it was at 8:50, nice little down push again. We're still in that little trend, right? So if we draw it out, like the previous pivot high over here was higher than this one, so it was a pivot low. Perfect. That's a nice indication of a nice little downtrend. So that's something we have to pay attention to. And it helps that all three of these, lower low, lower low, lower low. So if we have to see if can we make a new lower low, get a nice little pullback, and we can enter at the top, or we just have to see, right? So like at this point, we're still continuing a downtrend unless we hit consolidation right here, and it pretty much goes sideways right here, and then break through, make a nice push up again, or break out right here down below, go down. We'll see. And if you played the little just breakout move, you could have just made a quick 2 points right there, right now. But again, we didn't feel that confidence, and when we're not confident, there's no point in getting in. So Harry, we are approaching your 08 level right here. So I know that was your analysis. Let me know how it goes. Nice little breakthrough, lower lows. And now we're just starting to flush a little bit. Yeah, right now it's just looking to just flush down. All the sellers are just taking out all the small buyers. So, and that's completely normal. I normally don't trade those trades, that's why I didn't get in. But I know Harry said that he was looking for it. Yeah, but yeah, see, like, you have to see for the buyers. You said no confirmation. That's perfect. Like, it's always good to have like a nice little checklist to go off of. The 3200 level is a pretty key level. If we can just break through that, we might just see a big flush, because that's just a psych level where people just think like every 100 or every whole dollar amount is where price reverse, and right now that's exactly what happened. I don't know why that's a thing, but it just exists, and people don't know why. There's no significance. It's just like human psychology. They just think that with ES, for some reason, that the whole number, like 100, 200, like in this case 3200, is a level. It's just a level, right? And they put like a lot of orders in saying like, oh, it's just gonna bounce at that level, it's an even number. I'm like, okay, but hey, you have to just go off where it works, right? Yeah, definitely right now, I might look for a nice little reversal play, but I have to get more confirmation that there's strong buyers. And we have to see, are we gonna break this 3200 level or not? It keeps bouncing right back up every time. We broke through the 3200. Let's see if we can sustain it and hold it. Yep, I think the sellers are starting to come in right now. They're just trying to push it down as much as possible. So let them do its thing. And then we'll try to come back when there's buyer support. We'll play the little pullback up. NQ is approaching 507. We're seeing more buyer support come in at right now. We're not pushing. Can we get in control right here? Okay, that's a little bit of control. Yeah, Harry, I agree with you. There's pretty strong selling volume right now. If we got in early at that breakout, yeah, that would have been a nice place, but that's just not what I trade off of. Or at least today, right? Just gotta wait for our opportunities. We have some buyers coming in right now, but maybe I could give it the next 5-minute candle just to see what happens. It's like I like getting in when I know the buyers are actually strong, especially if I'm trying to play like the little pullback. But I mean, yeah, buyers are finally starting to step in, creating a nice candle. So we have to see. Man, this week has really just been testing my patience a lot. Let's see if we can get that little 10 o'clock reversal, go back up. And if any of you guys have taken trades already, let me know how it went. Just drop it right in the chat below. Yeah, there's no clear pullback. There's no... Oh, man. Today just might be the sidelines day, where you're just sitting on the bench. But I'm pretty sure tomorrow, because after all the tech earnings come out, we'll see a nice volatility, so we can make some quick plays if we can get in. Let's see what Hayden said real quick. Been playing breakouts with an extremely tight stop loss. The idea is that if it's a clean break, I make a nice scalp. If it's false breakout and hesitates, I get taken out before it kills me. Yeah, man, that's good. So Hayden, were you able to make some profit today? Were you able to get that morning breakout right over, where was it? Right about here, right? The morning breakout was at 32.1250. Because if you're playing breakouts, that would have been a nice, perfect breakout, because you could have caught that short from right there till... Well, you could have made a quick 4 points if you wanted to, or 2 points, depending on where your profit targets were. Hayden, that's great to hear, man. It's always nice to make sure that everyone else is getting profits as well. Happy for you. And Bruno, I don't know what you mean by touch the 38. What are you talking about? So I'm trying to look, because I don't think the price... I mean, are you talking about the NQ right over here? Oh, 38% Fibonacci. Oh, okay. That's all good, Bruno. Yeah, I just got a little confused because I was like, wait, 38. I was like, where's 38 on here right now? He's like, ES is like far away from 32, 38. So for the Fibonacci's, are you using like, in what time frame are you drawing the Fibonacci's out in? Hayden, that's great, man. 300 is a good profit. I play those breakouts when it's like normal market conditions, but during earnings weeks and volatility like this, and just when price is struggling, I hesitate with the breakouts and I just don't like to play them. But that's just my trading style, right? And everyone has their own. There's millions of ways to make money in the market. But as of right now, I'm just waiting to see what happens with the ES. Can we make a nice push to WeWap right here, and then I can get in on a nice short? Or is it just going to be a little fake pullback and then just come right down again? because to me personally, I don't see any confirmations at the moment. So it's like, when there's no confirmation, there's no trade for me. So Bruno, for the Fibonacci's, I normally, when I use them, I do it in the higher time frames, because that way it gives me key levels for like the daily charts. I never usually use them in the short-term time frames. I just never traded Fibonacci's in the short-term time frames unless it's just for my profit-taking system for my algo. But if I'm using regular Fibonacci's, I always do it from like, say, whatever high point, like the pivot high that we had in the daily charts, all the way to the pivot low, and that would give me a nice range of where the key levels would be on the charts, right? So for example here, let me just go pull up let's see. So right here, I'll pull up the daily chart, and then whenever there's a nice big dip, that's what I'll be drawing Fibonacci's out, because I feel like that's when you get the key levels, right? So when I draw them, you start at the top, you stretch them out all the way to the bottom. Obviously you have to give it a couple of days, and around here is when you draw these Fibonacci's out, and then you'll be able to see all the key levels where price will react. And we can see once we drew it out at the 38% level right here, bounced off again at the 50% level, price struggles, so you make quick scalps there. And then same thing again here, 61.8 right here, nice little dip, 78.6. It broke through a little bit but came right back down, and now we're still waiting to see if we can get to 100% again. We've just been struggling with that. So yeah, these Fibonacci's work pretty well. I find Fibonacci's for me work well in the long term. I just don't like using them in the short term because it's hard to predict which pivots are proper. But in the daily charts, I feel like the dip is pretty much confirmed after a little while, and it's easier to read. Yeah, Hayden, I completely agree with you, man, because like having a tight stop is good, especially with this volatility, because if you have a big stop, it'll probably take you out. I remember like right when this volatility picked up like crazy, I had a couple like big stops because I had to like make sure I gave it the room to breathe and like make the move. But man, like it would hit that stop immediately and then go the direction I wanted it to, and I was like, damn. That's why I was like practicing tight stops and then just re-entering. I feel like it might just be much better for this market at least. And you kind of have to adapt with the market conditions all the time. So that's something you have to be aware of. It's like right now it's just struggling. And this is pretty normal at 10 o'clock. If there's no nice 10 o'clock reversal, it will consolidate, and around like 11 maybe we can see it make a nice push up again. But yeah, man, this market this week has just been kind of annoying me. Well, for reversals, like essentially that. So if you're asking what I look for in reversals, I'll look for a new pivot low or pivot high to be made first, and then I'll look for a nice little confirmation that we can break through that like a 5 minute candle or the 10 minute candle essentially. So past two 5 minute candles, and that's a good indication of a nice little reversal. As well as I mainly make sure what volume's doing, because if volume's there, it's most likely gonna confirm, because like if the volume bars are higher than the previous volume bars to go to the downside, if we just made a nice big move up, that's a good confirmation that a nice little reversal will happen. But I also, for reversals, have my own algo that I built out that I can show you right here. So essentially, like, it'll pick up on some reversals. Like, it won't get me the exact one, like right at the tip, but I like to wait for confirmation. That's why it's built out like this. And then I'll probably get in at the bottom of this candle, wait it out a little bit. Same thing happened here at 8:50 this morning. I didn't want to get in because like I was in that NQ trade already, so I didn't want to like just do too much at once, and missed out on this, but it's still following the same path right now. And then we do profit taking. Nope, it's not this one. What happened to my colors? That's weird. But essentially, if we got in this trade, I would have just followed this profit taking plan. The first profit would be at 32.0725, and then the second profit would be at 31.9825. But I don't know why my colors changed. Let me just fix that real quick. But yeah, essentially, like, these are the normal colors I keep it at. That way, like, the red would be my stop losses, and the greens are my take profit levels, and the white line is your entry point and your break even point. And right now, it's still following that same trend from that algo alert, so I'm just waiting for another alert, maybe, but this is just struggling today. Yeah, the algo does give you a sound alert. I just turned my volume down because I was obviously talking to you guys. I didn't know if that was going to annoy you, but I can definitely just turn it up. That way you guys can hear it as well. Yeah, Harry, I completely agree. Like, we just have to wait for the price action and see what we can do. Maybe we can get a nice little bounce and get in right at the bottom, but right now, these conditions, like, I'm just waiting, man. I will not force a trade. I got burned from forcing trades before, and I'm not doing that again. And if you guys want to get the algo alerts and see them for yourselves, what I'm going to do, I think I can make it automatically go and print right to the Discord channel. I'll make a new futures alert tab for the algo and then put it right there. That way you guys can have live alerts and you can see exactly what price it's telling you that it has to break for you to get into. And then you guys can draw your Fibonacci's out just like the way I do it, because I gave you guys the conditions. I'll make like a little snippet on it and put it in the Discord as well. I'll probably do that tonight, because I know by around like 11:10, 11:15 I do have to head out. So we'll see if we can get anything right now, but tonight I'll definitely add the algo for the E-mini futures to the Discord. That way you guys can see exactly what price it has to break, and you guys can just turn on the notifications for that, and then it'll come right to your phone or laptop or computer, or whichever one you're using. And if you guys like the stream, please let me know what you guys like about it, or if you guys want me to show you guys something else, please let me know. I'm happy to show you guys anything. And then on top of that, if you guys could drop a like, that'd be great. A little subscribe button would be perfect. I do want to grow this YouTube channel. I want to get more people interacting and help each other out. That's the whole point of the Discord. So we can build a nice community and then just help each other out, do some analysis, because like if multiple people are analyzing the same thing and coming up with the same analysis, like saying, oh, we believe that the ES is set to go long right now, that's a good bias, because like multiple people and they're with different analysis, different tactics, still coming up with the same result. That's a good indication that we're on the right track. So that's a nice way to like help each other out, as well as just keep everybody in the loop. Maybe somebody knows something that, you know, someone always gets that inside scoop. Thanks, Origin Code. Glad you're on the stream. Glad you like it. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to be myself. But it's always nice to just show people what they want to see as well. Don't worry, I'm not one of those people that's gonna be like, hey, let me just do this, put on like a fake face or anything. I'm here, I'm just trading like the way I normally do. It's just nice to be able to talk to other people while I'm doing it at the same time. Yeah, so the enhanced trades is the name of the group and the name of everything I wanted to start. And then my name personally is Jay, so you guys can just refer to me as Jay. You don't have to call me enhanced trades or anything. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, Bruno. It was nice to have you today. Yeah, this is pretty much classic 10 o'clock consolidation period. It's like see right how we did it right here, 10 o'clock right here. Price just starts to bounce back and forth. Volume picks up because it's just right. It's not picking up essentially, but it's just saying like this is where the price was traded the most. And yeah, man, like this exact moment is where I used to lose so much money because I was like, oh, I never like paid attention to it, but then I finally picked up on it after a while, and ever since then I just started like making sure at like 10 o'clock I notice, is there a nice little reversal to either side, or is it just gonna start consolidating? And if it starts consolidating, man, I will literally put my hands away and just be like, hey, just wait, just maybe start looking at some news, just start reading some articles just to take my mind off of it, because it's very hard sometimes to be like, because you want to get into a trade, man. Like, everyone wants to make a little bit more money, but like, I think patience always pays, and that's like the biggest lesson like anyone can ever learn, right? And we all know that's like, we always say like, oh man, if I just stayed in that trade a little bit longer, like we would have made out so much. And well, we were impatient, we got out, but when we stay patient, that's when we get our big bucks. But yeah, for today we are only up 200 because I took that trade on NQ back here at that bounce. Let me show you guys right here. Quick bounce, 15-minute trade, just went for a quick 5 points. I wish it's like, see, I could have just said, oh, if I held longer, I would have made so much. But for me, that was my plan. It executed perfectly, and I'm happy with that. So right now it's just like, I don't want to give up my winners, and I just want to keep continuing, just waiting until I get my proper setup. I appreciate the likes, guys. I saw they just went up. Sorry, that was my phone. Let me turn that off. Definitely means a lot to me. Like, I know I'm not like that crazy person like with like millions of people watching, but like even 5 people watching means a lot. Yeah, right now we're just consolidating back and forth right now, so I'm just gonna wait. And if I don't see a move by like 11:15, I will be out, because well, I have to be out by 11:15 regardless. But let's see what happens. And I think tomorrow I might be on the stream a bit earlier because some nice pre-market action will probably happen because earnings released tonight. So pre-market buyers are going to be stepping in the morning. So I might definitely start the stream up by like around 8 or 8:30. But I'll definitely put it in the Discord right when I'm logging on. Eight o'clock Eastern, I should say, because I know a lot of people it's different timing. We're finally seeing some buyers step in. So I'm just waiting to go to a WeBop right now at around 32.18. We can look for a nice little bounce. And the WeWap on my charts is always the blue line. The 200 EMA is the yellow line. The purple line is essentially called the Gamma. I'm just testing it out. I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Yeah, it's called the adaptive moving average, but I'm just testing it out. So you gotta always keep learning, always try some new stuff just to see, adapt. You said around 97? Harry, are you talking about NQ? Around 97, like 10,597? I mean, I don't normally use cumulative delta too much, so it's like, if you want to explain it to me real quick, go for it. I would love to learn. Oh, okay, always ES, okay. Around 97, okay. Oh, you're talking about the 3197, okay, perfect. Yeah, it is pretty far away right now. Yeah, the buyers are slowly stepping in, man. Like, they broke out of the little consolidation area, and now we're finally making that little move. Like, we can check out the 1 minute chart real quick. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we can see a nice little bounce play around 32.15 for the ES, or right around 32.18. In that range, I feel like that's where the bounce will happen, again to the downside a little bit, as long as we can get our sellers to come back in with us. Oh, okay, so that makes sense if it's a divergence move. I mean, I'll definitely look into it tonight. I'll do some research about the cumulative delta and how people use it, and understand exactly what it's built for. And then maybe tomorrow I'll add it to the charts to just test it out. Yeah, definitely, Harry. I definitely agree. WeWap right now looks like a good short area, because we can see the volume nodes right here, like the little gray bars. I wonder if I can change the color so it's like more visible to you guys, but I have to figure that out. But yeah, WeWap right there. It's always a nice area for a quick short play, but we just have to wait for our price to get up there, right? Because right now WeWap is below the previous pivot high right here. That's always a good indication as well that this might just be a nice little pullback and then a nice downside again, just like we've been doing, right? Pull up, come down, pull up, come down, just the way the market works. Nice little waves. Yeah, I definitely agree. I'll definitely check that out then, because if it can help with identifying when to get out of consolidation, and if you can identify what side consolidation is going to break out of, then that's definitely something I'll check out. Because obviously, like I've been saying, you probably heard consolidation. I hate it so much, but yeah, let's see what happens. I'll definitely check it out tonight, and I'll let you know what I think afterwards. Make a nice little move up. Let's get right to a WeWop right there. I think I might be getting into a position soon. And like I said before, the 32.15 was probably going to be a nice area, and struggling right there to break through it. But now we're breaking through it. Perfect. Come on, just keep going. Oh, man. I'll put my sell limit at 32.18.25 just to get the nice WeWop bounce play. I'll go for a quick 2 points. But let's see if we can get filled and if price can actually go up there. Because right now in the 1 minute charts that I'm looking at, it just hit the 200 EMA in the 1 minute and looks like it's struggling right at that point, which was the 32.15. But let's see. Because if we're gonna make a nice bounce from the 32.15 area, we can go straight back down all the way to our previous lows. But let's just wait for some confirmation. Because right now, if you guys wanted to look at my 1 minute chart that I was looking at, here, I'll show it to you right here. You can see bounced off the 200 EMA right here at 32.14, 32.15. Like in the 1 minute charts, yeah, the signals were pretty good, but I don't like trading the 1 minute. I've had more success rate in the 5 minutes, so we'll see. But if the 1 minute can provide a nice move right now, I might get in. But it's just a matter of, do I want to break that rule? Because at this point, the 5 minute is like setting up for me, at least, like the way I see it, is just a little pullback to continue the downside. Because like as you guys can look, you guys can see a nice little trend. Pivot high, pivot low right here. Its price is lower again. So if this can be the pivot area, it could be a nice place to get another 2 points. But from a price action standpoint, we want to look for this candle to break through the previous candle, right? Make it like an engulfing candle. Nope, buyers are stepping in. Now the ES and the NQ are finally back in sync, so that's a good sign. I think we might be trying to push to the downside again. So I'm just gonna cancel my trade that I had open on the WeWap right there, just because I have to see. Yeah, Harry, I definitely look for a correlation because it definitely helps understanding the trend. Because if the NQ and the ES are pretty much out of sync, that means one of them will have to try to catch up. Because more times than not, the NQ and the ES move in the same exact way. They're just valued at a different price point, but their movement is pretty much in sync. And say the NQ pushes up a lot, that means the ES is gonna slowly catch up to it. So in those conditions, I will try to say if the NQ just pushed up completely and the ES didn't, that means the ES will slowly start to catch up again and try to make that same movement, and I will get into the ES. The main purpose of NQ for me is just to understand like the trend direction, make sure everything's in sync and that everything's happening properly. And then occasionally I get into trades with the NQ just for a quick scalp. I prefer trading the ES more, but when you have a good opportunity and everything's properly set up, like, I take it on the NQ. But for the ES, like this week, I've just been waiting, man. Just waiting. Now we're getting a nice little sell signal right here. Let me see, my chart just got messed up. I'm gonna try to sell at 3207 limit right there.
Order filled.
I got filled at 3207. Now I'm just trying to get quick 2 points right now. I think it definitely has a potential to go to 3202 today, at least like in the next couple minutes. I'm just gonna be waiting real quick. Just gonna move my stop up to 3211.75. Yep. Now I just have to wait for that quick 2 points. Just need a little bit more push. Oh, come on. Where are my sellers at?
Order filled.
We're done. Quick 200. We got the alert from the Algo. Placed our order really quick, and I can show you guys the Algo right now. And please let me know if you guys heard that little bell sound. If not, then I will try to fix that, see if I can get that fixed for you guys. If not, I will set it up for the Discord so you guys can see it live on there. But essentially, the Algo give the alert right here. I'm taking a quick 2 points because obviously there was a lot of volume pressure happening right here as we saw from before, but it does have the potential if we can sustain and like hold right now. Um, to go to the first profit level is 3202.25. Second profit level is 3197.50. 3193 is this third profit level. And yeah, we can definitely see if it can take place. We just gotta wait. But I just took the quick 2 points because obviously I know in like 20 minutes I will have to be out of here. But I just wanted the quick 2 points. I was happy with it. I'm done. But just for example purposes to show you what happened yesterday, right? Let's go to 9:30. I know everyone's Harry was here, Bruno was here yesterday morning, and we're talking about this move right here. And we saw like if we held, right? These are all measured moves using Fibonacci's, and goes perfectly. Profit taking level 1 just took some time, but it happened, right? And then went to level 2, hit level 3, and it dipped right at level 2. It hit it and then came right back down and then went right back up. That's why I say like taking a mathematical approach to trading has helped me. But yeah, hit the levels perfectly. But today we'll have to see what happens with this. Obviously it's hitting the levels from the first alert in the morning, but we'll see if it continues for just this move, right? Because if I delete this and show you the first alert, which was back at 8:50. Oh, I'm sorry, that is the wrong drawing. Let's see, let me just... right here to here. So from the first alert, our profit target was 3207.25, which it hit the second profit level, came back. Now it's might make a nice push to the downside, but we'll just have to wait and see. But going back to Top Step, we got right out at the volume. There's nice volume over there. That's why we only took the 2-point trade. Quick scalp. We're done. And then, yeah, just to review the trades for today. One trade on the NQ right over here. I don't know why it's not showing. Here, let me see. Where do I get the order fills? Let's see. Chart settings. Show fills. So we got filled right here. Quick 2 points right there. So we had 200 on the NQ today and then 200 on ES. Total 400. Obviously commissions, which suck. We're left with 385.20. And then these were the trades. NQ right here for 2. ES. 2 contracts. Minute 44-second trade from 3207. Why is it not showing the rest? That's so weird. But yeah, so we pretty much sold it at 3207, bought it at 3205 because we're shorting. 2 points, we're done. And if you guys care about the win-loss percentage, the winning trades, it's 100%. We just took 2 trades, we won both of them. But yeah, still a good day. Like I said, we just have to wait for our moment to come. And like I said, because of such high volume that happened right here, and seeing the price action right around this area. Let me see if I can just draw a little box for you guys. Oh, what? Like we can see the volume nodes right here on the gray bar right here show high volume. Price was traded there the most. That means there's a lot of consolidation. Like people were struggling with the price, and that's where it's like, you know what? I don't want to stay in it because to me, I just want to get out real quick. And this week was not the week to try to hold out. And we can see like it just reversed because it hit right there perfectly. The volume node, boom, just went right back up. That's why I went for the quick scalp. This week is not a week for me to hold because, again, earnings, I've been saying it, not worth it. Can I get rid of... But yeah, now we saw that it's just nice and reversing because from the first alert that we had on the Algo, it already hit the first 2 profit targets, so it's probably trying to make good consolidation again, and then we'll see where it goes. But pretty much we're done with this for today. Just gonna look at it for a little bit, maybe for another 10 minutes, and then I'll head out. Have some couple of other things that I have to take care of, but Harry, did you get out and made a quick profit yet, man? Because I know it's like trying to reverse up, man. Yeah, when it's ever high volume, I try to take those quick trades because it's not worth taking that risk. You always want to keep the probability in your favor. I hope you definitely won out if you took the trade. Again, it's like it's always up to you if you take my trades or not because that's completely your decision. I'm not here to promote hey, just follow me like that. But if it helps, it helps. I'm happy for that. So when I built the brackets out, I just put like a 4-point stop because it's easier for me to manage. I will move that 4-point stop depending on the market conditions. So the brackets just default is built to 4-point stop loss, first contract at 2 points take profit, and then the second contract take profit at 4 points. But then once I'm in the trade, I will manage the stop loss according to what the price action is telling me where the volume is at. But normally 4 points allows me to gives me a quick room, even if I have to take a couple seconds to reanalyze everything, so that if I'm in the trade, it keeps me in the trade and I can reevaluate where I want to move it. That's great, man. I'm happy you didn't lose. I mean, like we were talking about before, the WeWap play might be coming up right here around 32.17. I know we haven't been going back up to it just yet, but I think right now it might be making a nice push towards it, and that might be a nice little quick 2 points. But I'm done for the day with putting in trades. Got 400. I'll keep it. No point in giving it away. But yeah, now we can see it's really about to touch it right now. 32.17.12. Yeah, man, you can keep a 2.5 point stop loss, but then I noticed with this volatility right now, the 2 points of a stop loss is getting hit too fast because sometimes you'll just push right back up and then come right back down. That's why I kind of gave it that 4-point little buffer room, because it doesn't move 4 points just that quickly. Sometimes it does, and that's okay, but I just put 4 points because with this volatility, I felt like it worked better for me the way I was trading. Because when I was doing the 2 points, I was just like, it kept hitting it so quick. I was like, damn. But like I'll notice how it's happening. I'll see the price action, see if there's like a pivot high, pivot low area, and then start moving the stop loss, and I'll trail it manually and go from there. But then if I know I'm waiting for a big move, I will give it a bigger stop loss range, just because you have to give it some room to breathe. You can't expect to get big gainers like completely without giving it the room that it needs. But for quick scalp plays, I will keep moving it down. I just let the market do its little thing, because I know most of the time right when I enter, it's like it'll fluctuate a little bit. So I let it fluctuate, and then I'm like, okay, it's going down. I'll start moving the stop loss down, down, down. And yeah, you always have to wait for these market conditions. Like WeWap just hit right now. Let's see if it can come back down. If it can come back to 32.15, that would have been 2 points right there. So let's just watch. Because if not, the price action's kind of telling me that this wants to push up. If we can break in the next candle, if we can break this candle's high, I feel like we might be able to make a big move up to the upside. But the WeWap test is kind of scaring me at this point, because it's not working properly as it normally does. So I'm happy I got into that trade before and like just avoided this one at the moment. Yep. Let's see. Pull back to 32.15. That'd be 2 points. But again, we see the volume nodes right here building up. But if it breaks 32.18.25, then we might see a nice quick pump up for another like 2 to 3 points, or all the way up to the 200 EMA where it can bounce again. But I'm surprised it's not coming down yet. Usually around WeWap, it usually makes a big move immediately. I think we're getting it right now. I think we're getting sellers to step in. No? Man, the buyers are strong right now. Sellers just need to step in, man. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Just needs to come back down 2 points, and then we can confirm that, and then it can go up again. But buyers are really trying to stay in control, but looking at the price action and looking at the way the candle formation, it could be a doji in the next candle if it doesn't break out of the 32.18.25. We could see a nice little bounce play. We can grab that 2 points, but at this point, this is all just analysis, and I'm not gonna be making any more trades. I'm done. because I know if I get in now, it's gonna be like I gotta sit at my desk, and I don't have that time at the moment. Yeah, man, I would be hesitant to short right there too, but we just have to see what happens. We gotta trust our process, and if I didn't get into the trade right here, and make profit right there, I would have probably looked for a short position right here. But since I did, I just have to say I'm good, just walk away, and right now it's just like getting more practice in this, essentially, right? Just analyzing what's happening. Why is it moving like this? Is there something I can pick up from it? But now, I think now the sellers are finally coming in. We've been pushed down to 16. That's good. And we would have gotten in from where? 32, 17, 25, right? All we need to do is try to go down to 15, 25, and that would have been 2 points. But we're only 1 point shy of getting that 2 points, so let's see. Nope, we did not get that 2 points. Still fighting. That's the one thing with the WeWap that always like worries me. It's like, since it is the volume average traded price, you can see the most action going on there. Most buyers and sellers coming together, because a lot of buyers are thinking like, oh, it can just break through the WeWap and keep going, and then there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's just gonna bounce back and like just reverse again. So it's just like understanding which side are you on, like, and everything. And right now, again, I'm still waiting for it to break through 32, 18, 25, and then I can see it making a nice quick move. Yep, broke through. Watch, it'll probably go to 20, 25, or 22, 25, sorry, 32, 20, 25 easily. Boom. It would just hit it. 2 points from here, right? We said 32, 18, 25 to 32, 20, 25. 2 points. It was that quick. Yeah, so if we did get into WeWap play just for a little quick bounce, we would have probably lost out today. But if we went for the breakout of this candle right here, like I said from before, at 32, 18, 25, it would have went to 32, 20, 25 for 2 points right there, and made a real quick move. And why was I saying this candle? If you're wondering, it's because it was breaking out of the previous candles. So I tend to look also, essentially the past like 10 candles, right? How are we doing? Did this break through the past 10 candles? Like, we saw this was a nice move right here, and this was around the same area. So once we broke that, that's when we knew. It's like, hey, it's making a trend shift essentially. So we can see this go up to 32.28, especially since there's no volume essentially that was traded around here. And we know that whenever it breaks through the high volume nodes, it tends to just push all the way up sometimes. So, but the sellers will be strong today a little bit. It's just a matter of everyone's kind of just, both sides are strong. That's the issue. Like this week, that's why I don't like earnings week. Like I like it when you're playing like options and you get nice options, but like for futures, it just kind of annoys me. It's like everything's out of whack. But I think the main thing that we have to pay attention to is the downtrend that's still occurring, right? So let me just make this bigger and more visually appealing. We can see that yesterday it was a nice big pump up, and then essentially from there what we did was overnight we just sold. All the sellers were in pressure. We broke through the 200 EMA, went right down. And now we're looking at the previous movements of the pivot highs and pivot lows. Like lower lows every time, lower low, lower low, lower low. But then we have to pay attention to this one. What happens here, right? This can be the area where it either consolidates or breaks through. And right now, it still hasn't broken through the previous high. So that's a good indicator of sellers still remaining strong. So it's just like we're just waiting to see what happens. Unless we want to count this as our previous pivot. Because then that means we essentially just broke out and we're making that uptrend. It's just a matter of the way that you want to look at it, but it's still testing VWAP right now. It's still going to test it right now. Just got to wait a couple minutes. But it is 11:15. I do have to get going, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and take care. Enjoy your trading. And yeah, Harry, if you see an up channel forming, maybe yeah, if you see a channel, like you can always like trade the channel essentially and try to catch those moves at the tops or the bottoms. Just make those little swings, catch the little waves and the dips, and that's definitely a way you can do it. The channel can be forming right now. I can see that, but right now I do have to get going, so I do have to end the stream. But I will be back here tomorrow, and since it is earnings and everything releases for tonight, we'll probably see a good pre-market volume tomorrow. We'll find out, but I will hop on the stream early. So hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.